How's it going, everyone? Thank you for checking out the Sean is Hunting YouTube channel. I am Sean. This is episode 3 in a video we're doing called Sean's Journey to Hunt. Today, we're talking about weapons. Everyone's favorite subject, my favorite subject, hopefully your favorite subject. Let's get into it. So we're going to be breaking down about 90% of the weapons that you're going to be using. And those break down into bolt action rifles, semi-auto rifles, single shot rifles, and lever action rifles. So that's just the rifle category. Essentially, bolt action rifle, how it works. You have a bolt, you twist it up, open, pull back, cycles a round in, put it back up, slam that bolt down. Now you got a live round in the chamber. Semi-auto, one trigger pull, one round goes out. Super simple. Then we have single shot rifle, exactly what it sounds like. One round in, fire, open it back up, eject the round, put a brand new round in manually. Boom, there you go, single shot rifle. Then you have a lever action rifle. Essentially, you have your rifle, put your hand in the guard, slam it down, go back up, got a new round in the chamber. So the reason I'm talking about rifles right now is because that's the thing that people mainly use to hunt. Rifles are easy, they're cheap, ammo's easy to find. There's not a lot to them. They're super simple to maintain. And let's just be honest, everyone has fun with a rifle, right? Then we're going to go into shotguns. Shotguns are fun, great for bird hunting. Also, you can use it for deer, elk, stuff like that if you're using a slug. So there's pump action shotgun, which you literally have your shotgun, load rounds through the tube, pump down once, pull it back up, you got a round in the chamber, you're live, ready to go. Then we have semi-auto shotguns. Works the exact same way as a semi-auto rifle. You get one round per trigger pull, but you don't really have to do anything. Every time you pull a trigger, you have a round going out. Then you have single shot. Just like the single shot rifle, one round in, fire, break it open, take the round out, put a new round in, boom, you're ready to go. Then you have what is known as the side-by-side or the over-under. It's a two-shot system, a side-by-side, exactly how it sounds like. It's a level plane. You got one round, over-under, round up, round down. You get two shots. They're actually really fun, even though they're kind of a pain in the butt. Then we have black powder. Black powder is a fun one. It is also the most intricate because you are also going to be within 50 yards of your prey animal. And I'm not going to get too far into it just because loading them is a bit tricky. If you don't know what you're doing, you can really, really hurt yourself. There are tons of good channels that show you how to load black powder rifles. CVA is a really good channel. They have a lot of videos. Go check them out. They'll be able to properly tell you how to load that system. But break it down. You have percussion cap, you have flintlock, and you have modern. Modern is the one that I have. It's the one I'm learning to use. Really super simple to get into the black powder scene. Then we have archery. Archery is fun. It is good for the kids, whether they know how to shoot or not. It also gets you into being able to practice in your backyard if you have that ability. You have recurve bows, which are just a giant curve and a string. Pull it back, let that arrow fly. You have long bows. Also, again, what it sounds like. It is a bow that is about yay long, looks like a giant stick with a string. They're pretty fun. Then you have dual cam and single cam bows. Pretty much there's a pulley on both sides for a dual cam and a pulley on one side for a single cam. It lets you ease up a lot of that pressure when you have it pulled all the way back. So instead of holding that entire 65 pounds back with that recurve or that longbow, you're going to have a weight reduction of about 60 to 80% at that full draw. So you're not fatiguing your arm, and you can hold that for a lot longer while you're aiming at your animal. Then you also got a crossbow. Awesome mix between a rifle and archery. It's pretty fun. I'm not going to explain how it works because I don't know how it works. All I know is you pull the string back, load an arrow in or a bolt, aim, pull the trigger. Hey, I guess that's how it works. We're finding stuff out together. You see this? So another part I want to go into is you need to be able to feel comfortable with your rifle. You also need to choose a rifle that's going to take down your intended prey animal. So if you're going to hunt a deer, you're not going to use a 22. 22 is not going to work for a deer, even though some people have shot deer with a 22. But you're a new hunter, you're not going to do that. You don't have the experience. I don't have the experience. So if you're going to go hunt for a deer, I recommend 30-06, a 270, even a 223. Not a 5.56, but a 223. Yes, I know that they are interchangeable ammo, but the ballistics are a little bit different on both of them. If you're going to hunt bigger prey animals, like moose, elk, caribou, stuff of that size, bear, you want to use something like a 300 Weatherby, a 300 Win Mag, something around that size. You also have to factor in how far are you going to be shooting. Are you going to do 200 yards for a deer? 30-06 or a 270, even a 6.5 Creedmoor are going to be the rounds that you want to use. If you're going touching out 500 yards, 300 Win Mag is what you want to use. It's a long, flat shooting round, has that kinetic energy at the impact where you're going to be able to take down that deer or even that elk at that distance. So just remember, not every caliber is going to work for every kind of animal. So I'm going hunting for deer and mountain lion this year. I'm going to be taking a 7.62 by 54R. And that's essentially a 308. And that's going to work just fine for a deer and a mountain lion. Now let's say you're going to go hunt birds. Birds are a fun one. If you're going to hunt duck or goose, even quail and chukar, you can get away with using a 12 gauge. You should actually be using a 12 gauge. The reason why, you're going to have a lot wider variety of ammo to choose from. You're going to have to look at the shot that you're going to be using, so the diameter of the BBs inside that shotgun shell. So now we're going to go into the actual ammunition part. You have 270, you have 300 Win Mag, you have 300 Weatherby Mag. All these different things are going to factor into what you're going to shoot. Having a name brand rifle is not the big part. It's what caliber are you shooting and how comfortable are you with that round. Another part that you have to look into is the grain weight. The grain weight pretty much says how much that projectile weighs. So if you're using a 195 grain, a 225 grain, a 205 grain, my Weatherby, you can get 195 grain super easy. But I've noticed with my Weatherby, it does not shoot well with a 195. It shoots better with a 205. Get a tighter grouping. So you got to train with your rifle, get different grain sizes, mess around with different manufacturers of ammunition. You're going to have a lot of fun doing it. But you're also going to get better. And let's talk about, for us folks that do not have that much money, really great option for getting a firearm is going to a pawn shop or even a gun show. You're going to find really good deals. Not to mention, you're going to be able to play around with a bunch of different guns. That's what this is all about, is finding your gun. You got to remember, you got to be comfortable with it. You got to be able to take down the prey animal of your choosing with it. If I were to tell you where you're going to start hunting tomorrow, go pick up a beat up but still in pretty decent shape 30-06. Ammo is cheap. You're going to be able to find it anywhere. You can take down almost anything with it. That's if you're going for like deer, elk, stuff like that. If you only want to do bird hunting, I would recommend a 12 gauge shotgun. Shotguns are a dime a dozen. You're going to be able to find them from the super cheap end of $125 for a single shot at a pawn shop, all the way up to like $5,000. You don't need a $5,000 gun. You don't need a $125 gun. You just need a gun. Now, price does say if it is going to be a better gun, but it doesn't mean it is the best gun for you. So when you're looking at projectiles and stuff like that, so you don't get confused, there are caliber sizes, which go in either millimeters, which is metric, or just caliber, which is pretty much American or standard. So if you look at 300 Weatherby, you are looking at .300. So that is 0.3 of an inch of diameter for that round. And then millimeter, same thing. It is how many millimeters wide that projectile is. So 7 millimeter, 9 millimeter, 10 millimeter, just references the diameter of it. I want to thank you guys for coming and checking out the YouTube channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. And please share this video with your friends. It'll help out the channel a lot. It'll help new hunters get out there and learn more. And from us here at Sean is Hunting YouTube, we want to say thank you. And remember, we are all about conservation and education. Please remember those tenets and you'll have a good time out on the range and out in the field.